this game ends up going the distance here, simply because... Welcome to Cactus Valley, the venue for game number 5 of the Hot Seat Best of 9, and the scores are tied up 2-all. The series is on a knife edge, and spawning in the bottom left position as the red Zerg player. He represents mYinsanity and has shown some excellent macro play in this series so far. Ladies and gents, it's Serral. Only 17 years of age. Incredible StarCraft player. He's playing against a very much long-time veteran of the scene, and you know what? Some people call this guy the best non-Korean player on Earth right now. We'll see. Can he make it 8 in a row on the hot seat, representing TeamLiquid.net? It's Bunny. So I think it's going to be a theme that we see Bunny going back with his Reaper opening for the rest of the series now. He tried it. He basically stayed funky up until the point where Serral took a lead in the series, and then Bunny kind of went, okay, enough's enough. Let's go ahead and play what I am most used to. Make sure that I can kick as much butt as I can. And right now, well, he's managed to claw the series back to 2-2, but he hasn't had a lead yet. Spawning pull after the hatchery. And a little bit unfortunate that the hatchery is actually going to be towards his opponent. This is probably going to mean Serral will have a more aggressive strategy, because obviously drops have to come via here. So if you're aggressive and you're out on the map a lot more, then arguably this location can be good for you. But you definitely can't just sit back and do nothing. That would be very, very dangerous, because at the end of the day, it's a much shorter distance for drops to actually get in and do some damage. So both players have scouted that we're not actually spawning in horizontal positions, and Bunny's also made sure that we're not spawning in the top right. So he's going to send another unit down here in the form of that Reaper. So he hasn't lost too much time on that, because that was an SCV. Down to the bottom, and he will be able to spot the Zerg player here. So let's see what Serral can do. He's only a quarter of the way through birthing the first queen, so this Reaper will actually be able to try and get some damage done. Let's see how he fends this off. Well, so far so good. The first pair of lings is out. Needs to be careful with those 2 drones. Fantastic micro so far, forcing Bunny there to... Oh, very nice. Forcing Bunny to run around once again with the Reaper and actually risking death there. But that's actually the first drone we've seen killed with the first Reaper in a while. And Bunny now has the second Reaper joining him as well, so that's going to be much easier moving forward for him to try and pick off another drone or 2. Let's see if he can do it. 3 hits, basically. Will he get a second one? He gets a second drone. This is basically as successful as Bunny has ever been in this series so far. With his Reapers. He's done a tremendous job this time around, and Serral having a little bit more difficulty there, fending them off on such an open space. So on Cactus Valley here, Bunny really attempting to seize that opportunity, and he's doing quite well. Here come 3 Reapers, so it's now 2 hits for a drone to die. Oh my god, 2 drones. 2 more drones dead right now. Oh, he has to be so careful. There's so many drones on low health. Another one bites the dust. 5 workers killed. That is an excellent job by the Reapers. Basically 5 workers killed for 1 Reaper. And that is the kind of opening that Bunny has been looking for. He's been waiting for that so long. And by the way, off the back of this, all he's been doing is getting the reactor down on his barracks, immediately followed up with the factory so he can defend against Zergling counter-aggression. He's getting his 3rd command center in the starport down as well. Everything is looking very, very swimming here. And, of course, these Reapers are right underneath the Overlord. Do they realize that? No, it's on the high ground. But he can kind of guess that an Overlord is there. And now, the point is going to be defense. He has set the Zerg player back a reasonable amount, actually, in this early game. Serral's going to be kicking himself, but he's certainly not out of this or anything like that. We do have a Roach Warren coming down. Now, this is the first Roach Warren we've seen. This is going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. Serral going for different strategy. Is Serral going for Roach Bane all in because he lost that many workers at the beginning? It's entirely possible. It's entirely possible here. We have a single evolution chamber helping to wall off And while these units are definitely not going to be able to swing on by, that is just a no-no right now. So, Bunny, all he can really do is prevent that creep spread. 9 roaches are on their way. There is the baneling nest. Guys, it is going to be a roach bane all-in coming from Serral on this map. And so much of this is going to be able to scout in advance. It's all about scouting in advance. If these units actually get pushed back off creep and they never scout the roaches until they hit their front door, that could be a problem. That could be a big, big problem. And vision is everything right now. Look at this. The first roaches are actually moving out on the left-hand side. Really, really nice. While the queens fend these guys off on the right. But here comes a banshee. And you know what? The banshee's going to spot the roach war. And the spore crawler has gone down. But the roaches now basically have to make a break for it. Now, this bunker, completely empty right now. There are a decent number of zerglings behind here. So, let's see what ends up happening. The Banshee rushing back to defend. There's no cloak here. And here we go. The assault on the bunker has begun. And actually, there are no units inside that. So, that's going to be a pretty easy initial engagement. Oopsie daisy. 2 Hellions go down for free as well. This is not an ideal situation. And Bunny, after that electrifying start, is probably going to be giving those 5 workers back with change. But he's not interested in workers. He wants the game right now. And Banelings are coming up to try and kill off the units inside the main base. He's inside now with the roaches. That supply depot goes down very quickly. Need landing the Viking. Needing to do so much damage. One excellent Baneling hit, and so much damage is being done to Bunny right now. More Zerglings streaming in. There are still a couple of roaches alive. This bunker isn't going to be anywhere close to done in time for it to be full of units. A siege tank should be able to stop this. But look at that. 23 workers killed versus 9. That roach baneling attack did tremendous amounts of damage for Serral. He's on 34 workers to 25. With double mules, believe it or not, this is still comparable. But a lot of damage has been done. And Serral's basically set Bunny back quite a lot right now. If he kills off he kills off a supply depot as well, just to be extra annoying. Really, really well played there by Serral. And he is comfortably back in this game. He's ahead by about 7 workers. So the income should be about even once you incorporate mules. And Serral actually slightly behind, but, you know, more or less just over 1,000 there. He's got map presence because of these Zerglings. He's a little bit behind in tech, because he did just have to go for the Roach Warren and bum rush the Terran. And don't forget, we already have Banshees out on the field, so there might be possibilities here of Bunny trying to do some counter-attacking damage here at the natural expansion. But Serral's just going to use this opportunity to say, right, I have an advantage now. I can't actually finish the game with the army I've got. What am I going to do next? And the answer to that question is going to be taking his third and just comfortably defending it. And right now, this Overlord will be able to spot the army composition that Bunny will have as well. This siege tank won't want to go anywhere anytime soon. I mean, he was terrified after seeing all of this go down a little bit earlier. And Bunny now going up to 5 barracks. So both sides suffering a lot of setbacks in this game. And we are going to be moving into a 2-base versus 3-base situation. But the third command center is down for Bunny. He's able to replenish his workers and get those mules just a lot faster than normal. And it looks like he's going to be landing it in the horizontal positions as well. Is that a scan to see the third? No, it's a scan to see the natural. No additional tech except for the Spire has gone down, so he will spot the timing on potential Mutalisks. But it's not like he has a force to completely overwhelmingly crush the Zerg right now. Is it? Is he going to think about moving out right now while the Spire is in protection? No, he's not, but he's certainly going to think about doing a double drop. Okay. So that's the play here. And of course, thanks to the creep spread, Serral has done an excellent job of seeing this come from approximately a mile away. Now, we know there are no mutas to fend off this drop. So we're going to have to deal purely with ground units here. And, ooh, a little bit of a slow reaction, I have to say. I mean, Serral saw that coming from a mile away, and he had a bunch of Zerglings that he could have used as a welcoming committee. Very surprised he didn't do that. And he's actually in a little bit of a tricky situation. He just wasn't paying attention, perhaps, for a second there. 28 Lings and a bunch of Queens should be enough, though, to force all of these guys back here. And a fantastic positioning by the Marines, but a good surround from all of these Zerg units, and this will eventually get cleaned up. Very nice, he's picking apart that medevac, and the Marines now just trying to get as much damage done as they can. 23 workers killed versus 23 in this game, and a couple of burrowed Banelings by the... Oh, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. And there we go. All the medevacs go down. This is actually going to finish. And, oh, we're looking at it. We're looking at it. We're looking at it. There are 3 mules. Excellent reaction time. He keeps a hold of all the mules. That was really, really good there. And yes, okay, a couple more workers got killed, but 36 to 27 all of a sudden. And it's 33 drones versus 52 SCVs. So Bunny responded and was just able to absolutely crush the natural expansion, killing off way more workers than Serral thought he would before the Mutalisk came out. Now, a massive round of drones right now would help Serral to no end, because he can't continue on only 42 workers. But that was a really, really nice setback that Bunny able to inflict on him. Really, really appreciate that if you're the Terran player right now, and that gives him a bit of breathing space to get another army. And here's the problem. We don't have time to actually get another round of drones, because look at this. We can see the army on creep moving towards us, and we're actually getting reasonably close to being supply blocked as well. If he kills off all these overlords, that's actually a problem here. Oh, man. And we have no banelings by the looks of things. It's only going to be the Mutalisk, and the Widow Mines could end up doing catastrophic damage. Oh, my God. That's ridiculous. An instant GG coming out from Serral. Bunny, with the early game pressure this time, finally able to crack the nut in game number 5 and take a 3-2 lead over Serral in the best of 9.